Hey guys, it's me, Stephanie, and here I'm back with a video. It's gonna be a story time, and guess what? I'm back at my house, at my old room. Look at it, it's beautiful, it's amazing, and I actually fixed some of it up, and it looks so nice, so clean. I'm probably gonna take some posters down. I don't know, it's from like 8th grade, but I mean, I still like Adventure Time and Catbug, but like, okay. So, today's video is a story time, and it's going to be about last year's homecoming when I was in 10th grade, and I decided to go with my friends, like 4 of my friends at the time. I mean, I'm still friends with like one of them. So basically I went with my friends Sarah, Abby, Michael, and Natalie. Now, Natalie and I were still very good friends. We're like best friends, and we've been best friends for like a long time. We met, Sarah, Natalie, and I, we met each other in 9th grade, and I was first really close to Sarah, but then it kind of changed because Sarah kind of started being more close to Abby in 10th grade, and I started being more close to Natalie in 10th grade. And then we had Michael, and we just all loved him. We all loved Michael. People actually thought we were like in a relationship with him. Especially like Sarah and Abby. I mean, it's because we would all like to pet him and cuddle with him, you know? Okay, so back to homecoming. This is a long intro. Oh my god, I'm just me rambling on. Also, I'm so sorry. I'd like to say our friend Alden lets us use his music sometimes. And SoundCloud, it's Here Is Alden. And I'll put links down below. Even his other social media is Here's Alden. I like his music. It's really great, and you should check it out too. So yeah, okay, so back to the video. So basically, last year at homecoming, Natalie, Abby, Sarah, and I, we were all walking the Reston Town Center, and apparently Sarah invited this girl named Leslie. Now Leslie, she and I, we used to be friends in like middle school, but then high school came and there was just some fighting. So, yeah, and we didn't really, now we're not friends. I think I blocked her on Snapchat because she was saying some stuff and I didn't like it. Basically, Leslie, before, I remember one time her and I were supposed to go to this quinceañera together, and we did, but like, I told her, I was like, hey, I wanted to warn her, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be there. When I'm gonna be there, I'm probably gonna like dance, and you know, like, I want to dance. Yeah, so I told her, I was like, hey, I want to go dance with my friends and just, like, be wild. And she was like, that's okay, I'm just going to be, like, because she doesn't really like dancing or being, I guess, that's social, so she just kind of goes to, like, the I guess, like, a wallflower, you know, and sits and, like, does whatever, and I was like, okay, like, I'm going to go out. We tried, inviting her into our group, but she would kind of, like, be like, no, I'd rather do this. And we were like, okay, that's fine. And then she ended up calling me a bitch to my sister. Like, yeah. And I heard it when she said that, and I was right next to my friends. And my friends, they didn't really listen because Leslie said it, like, really low. And I was sitting right next to her, and she said it really low, like, where I could hear it, you know, and my friend was just, like, there. I don't know if he heard it. I think he heard it. I'm not entirely sure. I'm gonna ask him about it. But, yeah. And my sister, she was just taken aback. She was like, what is happening here? And she was, like, telling me all about it, like, Stephanie, why is your friend saying that? And then I was like, well, I guess it's because I kind of, like, left her, even though I, like, warned her beforehand that I was, like, yeah, I'd give her a ride to the party, but, like, after that, I'm gonna go off and, like, do my own thing. Like, I don't like being responsible for someone. I felt responsible for her, and I didn't like that. I wanted to go off and do my own thing. I don't like feeling responsible for people. Like, that's not my thing. So, and then we had, like, I guess, like, some other encounters that were just, like, not good. So forward to the homecoming. So Sarah, Abby, Natalie, and I, we were all at this town center, and we were buying stuff. And so Sarah was like, oh yeah, I invited Leslie, and like, cause she wanted to come with me. So I told her that I was gonna be with Stephanie, And she was like, oh, can I just, like, can I go over there and, like, get a ride with you guys, or, like, you know, like, be with, like, you know, get a ride, and that's it, or whatever. And I was like, no. Like, I know how she's gonna be. She's gonna, like, want to ride there, and then once we start doing our own thing, because I know, like, Sarah, like, Abby, and Natalie, and I, like, we were all wanted to dance, and, like, be wild at homecoming, you know? And she would want to, like, just, like, sit and kind of, like, because she's, I guess, shy about that, and I was like, that's not gonna happen, but I was like, you know what, whatever, Sarah, like, she's your problem, like, sure, I'll give her a ride, but, like, I'm not gonna deal with her. And she's, like, mean. She's mean to my friends. She's mean to, like, everyone. Like, Bella, she can tell you all about it. And, yeah. Maybe Elena, does Elena know Leslie? I don't know, but Bella can tell you all about Leslie, too. And, like, stuff that Leslie has done. That's just, like, that's not okay. Like, she's, like, a little bully. Natalie called her a troll. Oh, my God, yeah. So basically, when Sarah said to us that she invited Leslie, I was like, why did you invite her? Like, you know that she's, like, done all these things. Like, she said this and this and this, and, like, about me, and, like, she does not really like me. And so Natalie took my phone and was like, I'm gonna call her, because I had Leslie's number in my phone. And she's like, I'm gonna call her. And I'm like, wait, what are you gonna do? She called Leslie, and she's like, hey, you're uninvited to our homecoming thing. Not, like, the actual homecoming, to, like, our homecoming. So I forgot what she said, but she's like, you're uninvited to, like, Stephanie's, like, homecoming squad thing. I don't even know. I don't think she said squad. That's not Natalie. I forgot what she said. Also, Rick and Morty, get swifty. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so she's like, you're invited, get your own ride, you know? And then Leslie, she starts crying. And it's like, okay, and I start feeling uncomfortable, because I was like, oh no, we, like, made this girl cry, even though it's funny, because she makes other people cry, but, like, when it's her, when people go after her, she starts crying, and I'm just like, well, like, I mean, I know it's, like, not good to, like, be a bully to each other, but it's, like, kind of like, hey, man, like, you do this to others, and when others do this to you, it's kind of like, okay, so, she starts crying, Leslie's mom, or stepmom or something, and Leslie starts coming after me, and, like, hey, who was that girl that called me and told me I'm invited, like, what's her last name? And I'm like, oh, it's Natalie. And then she's like, what's Natalie's last name? And I was like, oh, I don't know, ask Sarah. Sarah went and was just like, oh, I don't know, like, I don't really know. And then Leslie was like, oh, wait, I got it. It's Natalie, I'm not saying her last name. And then I was like, damn, like, how did you get it? And they even got, like, Natalie's mom's number, and I was like, where are you getting, like, all this information? And then her mom called Natalie's mom. Natalie's mom called Natalie, and it just was a mess. And she was like, Natalie, like, why did you say this to this girl? Like, that she's uninvited to homecoming. And Natalie was like, I didn't tell her that she's uninvited to the homecoming, like, school dance. I told her that she's invited to, like, Stephanie's thing. And then her mom was like, you need to go apologize to her. At the end, Natalie and I, like, after the whole homecoming thing happened, like, a week later, like, we actually apologized to her, even though we were all, like, we didn't want to, but, like, we didn't want to get in trouble, and, I was like, oh, I'm sorry you cried, but, like, we apologized to her. Sarah did not want to. She was like, I don't like Leslie, I'm not gonna apologize to her, because, she's, like, a little hypocrite. And Sarah never apologized to her, even though from that year forward, Leslie kept wanting for Sarah to apologize to her, but Sarah was like, no, I'm not. And Abby, she wasn't really in it, so she was like, I guess she was kind of involved, because she was there and everything, but she never apologized too, but, like, that's fine, whatever. So, yeah, that whole thing happened, but after that, the homecoming dance was, like, really nice. We had a fun time. My friends and I were we didn't care. One of my friends was just going like this. We were cringy, but we just loved it, and everyone was just like, wow, you're, like, being really crazy because we were just dancing hardcore and we just didn't really like care what anyone thought, and we were trying to make our friend Michael dance because he's a bit shy. I kind of miss them, but I mean at the same time it's high school, like groups are gonna like go apart from each other. So yeah, that was my home. Yeah, so like at the end of the night, we homecoming was like ending and we're like, okay. I went to a Halloween party after that, and then I came back to we went to Sarah's house. I went to Sarah's house, and Natalie, Michael, Abby were all there, and we just all slept over there, and it was great. And Abby and I like slept on Sarah's couch, and like, no, I think Michael had to leave. Never mind. Yeah, Natalie and Sarah slept in Sarah's bed. So yeah, that's what happened. Oh, and Leslie, she keeps saying stuff about me, so that's why I blocked her, because she was kind of saying lies. Like, she was saying, like, I was making my friend drive while she was high, and I was like, that's not true. I never, like, I get really uncomfortable when my friends drive, because I'm like, they're inexperienced drivers, and especially if they're, like, on something, that's when I'm seriously like, no. Like, whenever Grace and I were driving, like, yeah, like, Grace was just, like, she would just drive, like, really fast, and I was like, she's not even on something, this is just her just driving just really fast and crazy, and she's also doing that to scare me, because she knows when she drives like that, like, it will scare me, and, like, I'll get, like, a high anxiety because of it. So she just does that to laughs. And I remember I was Snapchatting Grace doing that, and I would put it on my Snapchat, and I'm like, Grace is being mean to me, like, she's driving, like, so fast, blah, 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 or, like, she's, like, doing things on purpose. And Leslie apparently was like, oh, I have evidence for the police that you were making your friend drive high. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? So yeah, and then she told Bella that, and Bella told me, and I was like, what is happening right now? Like, that's not true. Yeah, so that was a pretty wild experience, you guys. So yeah, that's all I have to say about this. Bye!